Now, Good Morning Northwest breaking right now. At least 9 people dead, dozens injured in Ukraine as Russia unleashes missiles and drones on the capital city. President Zelensky cuts his trip short to return home.
Many of us are going to see some 70s for the first time in about a month, and we are tracking a long stretch of warm weather coming up in your First Alert forecast.
$1 million in medical expenses. That's what one local man faced during his cancer battle. How a new Washington law is bringing financial relief to him and thousands of others struggling with medical debt. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Thursday, April 24th. Welcome to it. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray with your First Alert forecast. Hey, looking good today.
Oh, it is looking great today, and it is mild out there in many areas. We're only down to about 40 degrees in the Spokane area. Many places, though, still down in the mid-30s this morning. Here's what we expect as we head over the next couple of hours. So if you aren't in the 40s already, you will be by 8 o'clock, and then we are into the 50s. We take a huge jump here as we get into the late morning, and why not? I mean, we're going to be much warmer this afternoon. We're going to see upper 60s, and yes, in parts of the valley bottoms here, say downtown Spokane to the valley, we're going to be in the low 70s. Most of us, however, will end up just in the upper 60s today, or very, very close to 70 degrees. If you don't get there today, you're going to get there tomorrow as this warm streak of weather continues with much warmer temperatures overnight. That should definitely help us when we start at a warmer place. That'll really help us get over the top as far as afternoon temperatures. Now, it's going to be mostly dry this weekend, but not totally. We'll take a closer look coming up.
We are following breaking news out of Ukraine. Russian missiles and drones hit the capital of Ukraine early this morning. At least 9 people are dead and more than 80 others are hurt. Now, the strike was huge. Russia launched nearly 70 missiles and 150 drones. They damaged buildings, fires broke out, and rescue crews are looking for survivors. When it happened, President Zelensky was out of the country, but now he's cutting his trip short and heading back. He says the attack is another reminder that Russia isn't backing down. And he's asking the world for more help, especially air defense. In support, the UN and leaders around the world say the attack is a clear violation of international law. We'll continue following this story and keep you updated. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Thanks, Hannah. Well, we have an update to a breaking news story we brought you yesterday morning here on Good Morning Northwest. A robbery, assault, kidnapping and high-speed chase led to a man's death in Moses Lake. And this morning, we're learning more details about the people involved. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, this violent series of events started around 4:30 yesterday morning when a woman called 911 saying she had been robbed, pistol whipped, and held against her will for 2 hours. Deputies found the suspects. 2 women surrendered and were taken into custody, but a man drove off. He led deputies on a high-speed chase, then crashed into a utility pole on Lakeshore Drive. He died at the scene. The 2 women are in the Grant County Jail suspected of robbery and unlawful imprisonment. Washington State Patrol is investigating.
In news for your health this morning.
Obviously, Spokane is outpacing the state average, and our state outpaces the national average in terms of overdose deaths. So it really remains an acute and real issue for people in our community.
The Spokane County Medical Examiner recently held a presentation on overdoses and the use of fentanyl in our county.
Dr. Veena Singh reported that overdose deaths are up 300% in the county since 2018, and there were 352 overdose-related deaths in 2024. This makes up 5% of the total deaths in the county in 2024. While law enforcement agencies confirm a continued spike in drug use on the streets of Spokane County, the medical examiner says more than half of all overdose deaths happened in homes and apartments. City leaders are working on a solution. $40 million set aside to fight the crisis. One proposal for the money includes building a sobering center expansion to the Crisis Stabilization Center. If approved, this 2-year project would have a completion date the spring of 2027.
Cheney police need your help to find the people who broke into a popular coffee stand. This is The Jar, which is a coffee stand on Betts Road. According to police, someone used rocks to shatter the windows sometime between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. After the thief smashed the windows, they stole the tip jar. CPD estimates the damage at more than $1,000. If you have any information, call Crime Check. That number is on your screen. It's 509-456-2233. New on Good Morning Northwest, 30% of Washingtonians say they live in a household with medical debt. That's according to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
A new law in the state removes medical debt from credit reports. Derek Strom spoke with a cancer survivor about how this bill is helping him.
I have, honestly, a well-paying job and great insurance, and it's still very challenging.
Jeremy Griffin survived blood cancer twice, but he says even with good insurance, he's still $35,000 in debt.
You know, I've always paid all my debts, and that's a hard thing for me to have to do, but that's just, these things get astronomical fast.
Griffin says in 7 years of treatment, the total expenses were around $1 million. He says one individual treatment cost $500,000 by itself. His insurance covered most of that, but he still has ongoing expenses that can be costly.
Then my own, PTSD and different challenges where I've gone back and had some follow-up medication and therapy and different things as well. We have scans every 3 months.
According to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, erasing medical debt from credit reports can raise anyone's credit score about an average of 20 points, and that can make a huge difference for your finances. There's
not one person I've met where they don't have some kind of outside impact from these medical debts. And it's not just cancer, as you know, there's so many things and at such high prices.
Credit reports and credit scores have a huge impact on a person's ability to meet their basic needs like renting an apartment, buying a car, or even getting a job. Griffin believes this new law will help him and many others with medical debt who are working towards financial freedom.
It's not just for cancer patients, it's any medical debt. It's a huge movement and step in the right direction. So I feel blessed to be part of it.
Many credit reporting companies already make voluntary exclusions for medical debt because of its harmful risks to consumers. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Will really make a huge difference for people.
Absolutely.
All right, it is now 7 minutes after 6 o'clock.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray as we're kicking off our day today. What are we looking at now?
All right, we're looking at Wallace this morning, and there's this mountain back here in the background that we have watched the snow, and it's kind of melted away. It's a little bit less than it was at this time last week, so many signs of spring out there, including, look at this.
Wow.
Look at this. I tell you what, we've got some great weather coming up. I'll show you how long it'll last after this.
What happens when children who rely on school meals go home for the weekend? Next, the local program working to ensure no child goes hungry when school's out.
And 12 states taking President Trump to court over his tariff plan. Up next, why they say he's overstepping his authority.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay up.
Call Russell and Hill.
This year, Walker's Furniture is turning spring cleaning into spring savings with an indoor garage sale where you can save store-wide up to 70% off clearance items. And new markdowns are arriving daily as we clean out the warehouses with big savings on closeouts, ding and dents, and floor model furniture at garage sale prices. Plus, special financing is available, so you can save big now and pay over time. But hurry up, this is your last chance for final markdowns.
This week at Walker's.
WSECU Cashback Checking. You give and give and give. Let's give you something back. Just use your debit card to earn. WSECU Cashback Checking. Let's credit union.
What if you could get brand new windows, entry doors, or patio doors now and pay nothing for 18 months? That's right. Pay nothing until October 2026. No money down, no payment, and no interest. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Don't wait. Your home deserves this upgrade, and your wallet will thank you. This deal is here for a limited time only. Call Renewal by Andersen today and get 20% off your entire project.
Looking for a great truck at a great price that's built for adventure and engineered for safety? Then stop by Findlay Downtown Toyota today and take a test drive in a new Tundra or Tacoma truck. And also check out the incredible TRD upgrades.
Zook's tasty, tender dog treats can turn every outing into an adventure. From park to peak, wherever you roam, don't forget the Zooks. Zook's dog treats. Choose your adventure.
When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay up.
Call Russell and Hill.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Good morning and welcome back. It's 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Overnight, the doors of St. Peter's Basilica stayed open well into the morning as thousands of mourners lined up to say a final farewell to Pope Francis.
More than 25,000 people coming in yesterday alone to see the People's Pope. For those unable to make the pilgrimage to Rome, masses are being held around the world, even in war-torn Gaza. The Pope being remembered by the small congregation of Catholics whom he would FaceTime with daily. Francis will lie in state until his funeral, which is Saturday, when he'll be laid to rest in a church in Rome, becoming the first pope to be buried outside the Vatican since 1903.
A group of 12 states is suing the Trump administration over the president's tariffs. President Trump claims he can impose them single-handedly due to the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. The lawsuit argues his use of that law is an overreach. The lawsuit comes as Trump says negotiations during his 90-day pause on so-called reciprocal tariffs might not last 90 days in some cases. He says he might have some rates settled in 2 to 3 weeks.
10-second takeaway for your forecast today. A few areas of the 70s today and then widespread 70s the rest of the week and into the weekend. What that means for maybe your gardening you're trying to get started. That's coming up.
New on Good Morning Northwest, weekend hunger is a major problem for many kids in the Spokane area.
Yeah, when there is no school, often there's no food. Second Harvest estimates 1 in 5 children struggles to have enough food each day. This afternoon, more than 60 volunteers from Numerica Credit Union will help assemble food packages for kids. The weekend sack lunches include things like mac and cheese, lasagna, even a tuna salad kit. Of course, it also includes sweet and salty snacks. And those packages will go to schools tomorrow, where they will be discreetly given to students who may otherwise go hungry over the weekend. Second Harvest is always looking for volunteers. If you'd like to give a little of your time or money, check out this story on KXLY.com for a link.
A lot of kids, a lot of families appreciate that a lot, I'm sure. Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:12.
Would you know if the voice on the other end of your phone was a real or fake? Coming up, the alarming rise of AI voice scams targeting families across the country and the 3 critical steps to protecting your money and personal information.
And as we take a break, we're taking a live look at the Monroe Street Bridge today. A gorgeous start to our Thursday morning. We'll be back with more Good Morning Northwest coming up right after this.
Taylor, these deals are a slam dunk.
More like bracket breakers. New Kia K4 starting at only $199 a month. And K5 GT line all-wheel drive from just $299 a month.
George Gee Kia, where the deals are always a win.
New York City's hottest hits are landing right here in Spokane. Join SDCU Best of Broadway, live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. It's lights up on a thrilling new season. Moulin Rouge, the musical. The Notebook. Back to the Future, Some Like It Hot, and the epic return of Disney's The Lion King. You just have to be there. Get your season tickets and get swept away at shows.broadwayspokane.com.
Is it time to update your living spaces? Don't overspend at the big box store. Come see us at Consign Furniture. We have the largest selection of like-new consignment furniture in Liberty Lake. No long wait times on couches to dining sets, rugs, and more. And our team will deliver today. Inventory moves fast. Check us out online or stop by today.
Consign Furniture. It's the easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Have you or someone you know lived, worked, or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? If so, you've likely been exposed to Libby amphibole asbestos. 1 in 4 screened have developed an asbestos-related disease. Hope is here. The Center for Asbestos-Related Disease, CARD in Libby, provides free screenings, care, and resources to those impacted by asbestos exposure. Don't wait. Early detection is key. Get your free asbestos health screening today. Contact the CARD Clinic, comprehensive care for exposure and disease.
Triple play! Triple play!
Wow! Rob even makes 2-pointers look cool!
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Triple play!
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swaff and Associates, it got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Four News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Good morning and welcome back. It's now 6:16. Mom, I need help. Those words from your child would trigger immediate action, especially if it sounds just like your child. But what if the voice is fake? A high-tech scam uses AI to clone voices and empty bank accounts. Consumer Reports investigates the rise of deep fakes, how they work, and what you can do to protect yourself and your family. Deep fake technology is getting more convincing every day. And Ben Coleman, the head of a deep fake detection company, says it's the #1 digital risk people should be worried about.
Over the last few years, there's been an explosion of calls claiming that we have your daughter. She's in trouble, send money or else. Well, what's happened more recently is the call comes in and says, we are your daughter. Hi, I'm your daughter. I'm in trouble. Send money right now.
So what exactly is a deep fake and how does it work?
A deep fake is taking anyone's likeness, whether it's their face, a single image from LinkedIn or online, or a few seconds of audio, and using a pre-trained model, replicating their likeness to make them say or do anything you want.
These deep fakes are so advanced, it's even hard for experts to tell the difference. What's worse, there are no federal laws to stop someone from cloning your voice without your permission. Consumer Reports reviewed 6 popular voice cloning apps, uncovering a troubling trend.
So 4 of the 6 apps had no meaningful way to ensure that the user had the original speaker's consent to voice clone them. And the 2 other apps were better, had more safeguards, but we found ways around them.
While it's practically impossible to erase your digital footprint, CR says there are some steps you can take to protect yourself.
So the first thing is just knowing that deepfake scams like this exist. The second thing is using 2-factor authentication on all of your financial accounts. That means having an extra security feature on your smartphone device that requires you to input a security code or respond to an email when trying to gain access to your bank accounts. And then the third thing is just being wary of calls, any type of texts or any type of emails that are asking you for your personal financial information or just personal data.
And finally, do a gut check. Does what you're hearing or seeing make sense?
By default, you should not believe anything you see online. You should always kind of follow just standard common sense.
You can read more about Consumer Reports revealing deep fake investigation. We have linked it to you on KXLY.com.
Well, here is a live look at our beautiful Spokane River as we kick off today. The river's been looking gorgeous lately. Maybe it's just because it's spring and I'm feeling happy about everything when it comes to outside.
And a great day to go for a walk down at the park and over across the river.
Great day to go for a walk. Great day to maybe anticipate doing some planting fairly soon.
Yeah, I'm ready. I know.
Yeah, I know. We've been talking about this, Natalie, for weeks here, and we're gonna expound on that a little bit more. But yes, and the river level's gonna be going up too here with these temperatures melting, some snow up in the high country as we're in the 70s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's new. I've raised the temperature up to 70 degrees, at least for the Spokane area, but there are many places I think that'll hit 70 on Sunday. Let's talk about some of the reasons why here. We've talked about all week that this storm system coming into the West Coast was was going to be the big factor for us, right? And I'd say at this point, now that it's been 3 full days we've watched this trend, it's going to be well to our south, but it is going to push some moisture our direction, even from that far away. And so south of Lewiston, we're going to look for a couple of showers on Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday afternoon, folks in North Idaho, keep an eye out. You might see a sprinkle or two, but I'm not expecting anything crazy. And so go ahead, make your plans. Have fun this weekend because things are going to be warm, pleasant, and partly cloudy at worst with a couple of those sprinkles. What else we're seeing with the warmer afternoon weather? Well, we're seeing warmer overnight weather. A lot of us are going to leave the 30s behind for a little while, especially in the I-90 corridor over the next 7 days. Talk about being in the 40s, well above our average. And, you know, maybe in the 1950s, the last freeze wasn't until May 4th. Well, now, over the last 10-ish years or so, it's been more like mid-April. Our last freeze in Spokane, doesn't look like it's going to get to freezing this morning. That was on April 13th. So I think we might be past our freeze points. As for the frost, well, average here is May 2nd, and with the way that forecast looks and the way our overall forecast looks, even well into the beginning of May with a good chance of above average temperatures, you know what? I'd say next week, start putting some plants in the ground. Now remember, this is just for the local Spokane Coeur d'Alene area. You folks that are in a lot cooler microclimates, your results may vary.
Yeah, usually it is Mother's Day, we tell everybody, but ooh, he's given us a week's head start.
My plants that are inside my house are getting an eviction notice this week. They're going outside.
Ready to get some real sun.
Yeah. Good morning, Northwest time is 6:21.
History in the making. An Idaho-born player could be selected in the first round of tonight's NFL draft. Colston Loveland's remarkable journey from Gooding to the big leagues and how you can watch his life-changing moment coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
With expert advice and an amazing selection of flooring, it's easy to see yourself enjoying your perfect floors.
Right now, experience the One Effect in store and save big with special financing.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
Looking for a car that feels brand new without the new car price? At Finley Downtown Toyota, we have what you need. Our certified used vehicles go through a 160-point inspection, backed by a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Plus, every certified vehicle comes with roadside assistance, so you can drive with confidence. Find your perfect vehicle today and shop quality, reliability, and savings, all in one place.
Wish your home looked something like this? Or this? How about this? Well, wish no more, because getting the home of your dreams is easy during the home makeover sale at Furniture Row. Right now, every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. Like the Levita, only $449. The Skylar sofa, only $899. The Acorn Hill dining set for only $549. And get 30% off our Doctor's Choice Elite lineup. Or get 60 months no-interest financing. The home makeover sale, on now at Furniture Row.
You expect more from your morning news. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
Scammer is posing as law enforcement.
Breaking news.
Immediate evacuation order.
A forecast that helps you plan your day.
Breezy today.
You expect more in the mornings. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
Life moves fast, and we get it. You're busy. Our digital banking can change how you manage your money. Whether you're chatting with a representative after hours, depositing a check from your phone, or meeting with us face-to-face. Wherever life takes you, we've got you covered. It's your money. Access it anytime, anywhere. Open your account at p1fcu.org. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
With expert advice and an amazing selection of flooring, it's easy to see yourself enjoying your perfect floors.
Right now, experience the One Effect in store and save big with special financing.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
Well, good morning, sports. I'm Jack Wallace. As the 2025 NFL Draft quickly approaches tonight, we have the only Idaho-born prospect vying for one of the top spots at the tight end position, this guy right here, Colston Loveland. Colston spent his Michigan career as a standout starter, an early enrollee for the 2022 season. He caught touchdowns against Ohio State and then Purdue to win the Big Ten title. And then in 2023, he helped Michigan win their first national championship since the late 1990s. And he was the first Idahoan to be a part of an FBS title-winning team since Jarrell Bostum for Auburn in 2010. He earned a spot for Michigan after grinding to a 4-star top-rated Idaho recruit from his time playing for the Gooding Senators. And his former head coach Cameron Anderson spoke with us about how much pride the whole state has for Loveland.
He caught that massive pass in the national championship game in the fourth quarter. The reporter said, the man from Idaho, like, he is the perfect reflection of what someone from Idaho would want to be represented and it goes somewhere else. And so I think that's where the pride comes from, is that he did it on his own sweat of his own brow. He sacrificed, he committed, and I just can't say enough about just proud that he was able to do those things.
Loveland is a projected first or second round pick, and you can watch his draft moment here on 4 News Now during tonight's start of the draft at 5 p.m. We'll be back tonight on 4 News Now special edition at 4 before the draft, and then roughly about 8:30 p.m. after the draft, and then, of course, again on Nightside.
Good luck to everyone in the draft tonight. Will be exciting to see what happens.
Yeah, you can see it right here. All right, it is now 6:26.
From the West Plains to Green Bluff, the FBI is tracking multiple incidents of lasers being pointed at aircraft. After the break, Hannah Joy has new details on the serious federal offense that's becoming more common in our area and the call for the public's help.
Plus, a bill that would dramatically change gun purchases in Washington state awaits the governor's signature. The new requirements that would mandate permits and live fire training for all gun buyers, that's coming up. And as we go to break, here's your first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Karen Reed back in court. In her now second trial, Karen Reed facing second-degree murder charges, accused of hitting her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, with her SUV and leaving him for dead in another officer's yard during a blizzard in 2022. John O'Keefe's mother now breaking her 3-year silence, describing already suspecting Karen Reed that day at the hospital.
I hear Karen Reed yell, "Peg, is he dead? Is he dead, Peg? Peg, is he dead?"
Also on the stand, Carrie Roberts, one of John O'Keefe's oldest friends.
Could you ever have imagined driving that snowy, blizzardy January morning in 2022 that this would be your future?
No. And coming up at 7 a.m., more of my exclusive interview with Carrie Roberts with your GMA First Look. I'm Matt Gutman, ABC News, Los Angeles.
For people who feel limited by the unpredictability of generalized myasthenia gravis, season to season, Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living and reduced muscle weakness. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year for a predictable routine I can count on.
Ultomiris may lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal and other infections which may become life-threatening or fatal. Complete or update meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before you start. If treatment is urgent and you're not vaccinated, you should receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Don't start if you have a meningococcal infection. Infusion reactions may include back, belly, limb, or chest pain, muscle spasms, blood pressure changes, tiredness, shaking chills, bad taste, breathing problems, or face, tongue, or throat swelling. Ultomiris is continuous symptom control. Ask your neurologist about starting Ultomiris.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
Or get $5,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $3,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Let's read some reviews. 5 stars. My shopping experience was excellent. We think you're excellent, Deborah.
We would buy from them again. Highly recommended. Thanks, John, and we can't wait to see you again.
During Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale, enjoy the best shopping experience as well as low sale prices on fine home furnishings.
We also guarantee the lowest Lazy Boy prices, and we will beat any in the area.
Stop by today for 5-star shopping and great sale pricing during Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale.
Just look at those beautiful plants and flowers from the Plant Farm. The Plant Farm is Spokane's go-to garden center. A promise of trust and confidence comes with the healthiest plants from the Plant Farm because their plants and flowers are grown right here. Get annuals, perennials, roses, trees, shrubs, and their signature hanging baskets and more, even indoor plants. Head to the Plant Farm, Spokane's go-to garden center on 4th between Evergreen and Adams in the Spokane Valley because life is better in the garden.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We start this half hour off with the 4 News Now story tracker and a cold case involving a woman and a child.
For years, they were known only as Peaches and Baby Doe. Now we know their names. Authorities identified the mom and her toddler daughter, who have long been linked to the Gilgo Beach case, as Tanya Denise Jackson, called Peaches because of this tattoo, and her daughter Tatiana Marie Dykes. The investigation into how they died in the late 90s is still ongoing.
And we're just 2 weeks away now from the Real ID travel requirements in the U.S., but a group of lawmakers in Kentucky want to push it back again. They wrote a letter to Homeland Security urging them to extend the May 7th deadline, saying it will further strain already overburdened regional offices and create unnecessary hardship. The law has been delayed now for decades due to the cost and the privacy concerns, politics, and the pandemic. Government officials estimate only about 61% of driver's licenses and IDs will be compliant by that May 7th deadline.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks so much for waking up with us May 7th. We've been pushing that darn thing back so much.
I know. Coming up,
I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Thursday, April 24th. We're going to start things off with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at our first alert forecast, kicking off a beautiful day here.
Yeah, kicking off another beautiful day, and it's a lot warmer as we get our day started this morning. Yes, it is still close to freezing in Deer Park at 33, but we were down to like 23, 24 yesterday, so it is a huge jump for us this morning in many areas. Meanwhile, Spokane International, our warm spot right now at 40. We're at 36 in Coeur d'Alene. We're at 41 in Liberty Lake to get our day started. We, for the first time in almost a month, are going to see some 70s in the I-90 corridor this afternoon. Spokane Valley expect to be up around 71. Downtown Spokane about 72. Meade gets into the 70s as well. Most of us, however, will only end up in the upper 60s, and that includes some of the higher benches around the greater Spokane area. 5 Mile, South Hill, only expected to be in the upper 60s. So it's the first of what will be many readings in the 70s as we head over the next few days, with much warmer overnight temperatures as well. And it's going to be a mostly dry weekend, but we haven't been able to rule out chances of showers quite yet, even with some warmer temperatures and generally drier conditions by the end of the weekend. We'll take a look at this setup and beyond in your extended forecast coming up.
This morning, we have new developments in a story we brought you earlier this week. The FBI now thinks it's not just one person, but a group behind laser strikes on planes traveling to SeaTac and Spokane airports. Over the past few months, several pilots reported lasers shining into their cockpit, blinding and distracting the crew. Now, it's happening in neighborhoods from SeaTac and White Center all the way to Spokane's West Plains to Green Bluff. The FBI says this isn't random, and they want the public to know they're working to track down those responsible for this federal crime. And when caught, those individuals could get up to 5 years in prison and a fine. So if you know anything at all, you're asked to call the FBI at the number listed on your screen, 1-800-225-5324, or submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Teachers are cleaning up a Northeast Spokane park to help keep their students safe. Those who live around Keogh Park in Hilliard say things like broken glass, syringes, and foils are often found throughout the park. Teachers from the Northeast Youth Center go to the park before students arrive to do a sweep and pick up these types of items and make sure kids don't get their hands on things they're not supposed to.
One of our adult teachers has to come down and canvass the whole entire park to make sure there isn't needles or beer cans or anything like that, because we have learned from previous times that we've come to this park that kids will say, "Hey teacher, look what I found," and it's a syringe.
The city says if you see things like this at your local park or around your neighborhood, don't call the police. Instead, call 311. The city says if you don't call, then nobody will be there to help. And the more calls to 311, the higher the priority it will become. Well, just 2 days after the heated Republican town hall in Coeur d'Alene, the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office issued a press release acknowledging Sheriff Bob Norris's involvement in the incident.
The release stated an independent investigation would be conducted by an outside agency. In footage from the town hall, you can see Sheriff Norris wearing a hat, tugging on Teresa Borenpole's arm in an apparent effort to get her to leave. He's later seen directing security personnel to remove Borenpole, while also recording the incident on his phone. On Friday, we reached out to the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office for an update on the independent investigation and to ask who is conducting it. We received this email Friday saying the Sheriff's Office had no comment. We also put in a public records request to the Sheriff's Office on Friday asking for this information. We received this response saying, "Record not known to exist." After several attempts to speak with the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office, we have found no evidence that it ever formally requested the independent investigation it said it would in February's press release.
The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is now warning people about a new phone scam. Reports say that scammers are impersonating people in law enforcement, claiming that you have an outstanding warrant and trying to get you to give personal information or money over the phone. Now, some of the tactics that they're using include having phone numbers that make it seem like KCSO is calling. The Sheriff's Office says it will never contact you regarding a warrant for your arrest, and it doesn't ask for payment over the phone. It also recommends that you never share your personal information over the phone, verify who's actually calling you, and report any suspicious calls to the FTC.
In Olympia, a House bill concerning gun laws is waiting for the governor's signature. If approved, the law would require gun buyers to apply for a 5-year permit from the State Patrol and complete live fire training before they are allowed to buy one. Troopers must issue the permit within 30 days or 60 days if the applicant doesn't have a state ID. WSP anticipates receiving at least 100,000 applications per year. Supporters of the bill believe this could help save lives, saying if this had been put into place a decade ago, the state would have seen 250 fewer homicides. But critics believe it violates constitutional rights by allowing the government to determine who can own a firearm.
New on Good Morning Northwest, a couple of warnings about deer today from the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. Agents say now is the time of year that fawns start showing up in your neighborhoods on trails, and they may look like they're abandoned or lost, and it could be very tempting to catch them or try to take them to a vet or someplace else for care. Agents say each year they get dozens of calls from people who pick up those baby deer thinking they can help. Fish and Wildlife says leave the animals alone. It can no longer take deer because of chronic wasting disease and the potential spreading of the disease. If a fawn is brought in, it would have to be put down.
Yeah, just let them be. A Spokane Chiefs player is receiving an award for sportsmanship.
Team captain Berkeley Catton has been awarding the Brad Horang Memorial Trophy, which is the Western Hockey League's award for the most sportsmanlike player. Catton is also nominated for the Fort Broncos Memorial Trophy, which is awarded to the WHL Player of the Year. The Seattle Kraken draft pick racked up 109 points in 57 games last season with 38 goals and 71 assists. He is very good at hockey.
He is very good at hockey, and you can see him in action tomorrow.
Friday and Sunday are the next 2 home playoff games, so if you want to go check out some Chiefs hockey, been some fun games lately.
Go Chiefs, go.
Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:38.
All right, let's check in again with Matt. What are we looking at?
Hey, it's going to be rocking over there at the arena over the weekend. We're looking at Meade this morning in the end of the North-South Freeway, and we're having a great start here this morning. Great start around all the inland Northwest as the sunshine continues. Looks like it's going to be sticking around for a while, too. Your forecast coming up.
When school stress becomes too much to handle, experts warn parents to watch for signs of academic anxiety as the semester winds down. The warning signals that shouldn't be ignored and how to start the conversation with your child. It's coming up.
Plus, putting more lilacs in the Lilac City, the project adding more of these beautiful blooms to Spokane and the fundraising efforts that made it happen. Up next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Taylor, these deals are a slam dunk.
More like bracket breakers. New Kia K4 starting at only $199 a month. And K5 GT line all-wheel drive from just $299 a month.
If you're shopping for a car or SUV, put George Gee Kia at the top of your bracket.
George Gee Kia is family-owned, trusted, and we always make scoring deals easy.
Visit us off I-90 in Liberty Lake.
Or online anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
George Gee Kia, where the deals are always a win.
Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm Donnie.
We lead the Advocates.
The Advocates fight for each of our injured clients. We take on big insurance and get big results.
We're both advocates, but we're very different from each other.
That's true.
I say potato, she says...
Potato.
Oh, I guess we're the same there.
Potato. Do people say that a different way?
Potato.
Who says it that way?
Never mind. Injured, you deserve an advocate.
How do you think this commercial should start?
A calming melody, and it says like what it's like to have an early savings account as a kid. And the star of a commercial will be me.
My mom taught me the importance of saving, and I wanted to pass that on to my kids.
It's cool because every month you get to put money in your early savings account.
Do you think you'll make a budget for yourself one day?
Totally.
DECU, we're here to help.
Build Heating and AC is making it easier than ever to stay comfortable at home. For a limited time, get a full system heating and cooling tune-up for only $59. And as an added bonus, new customers will also receive a free smart thermostat. So stay comfortable, save money, and gain 24/7 monitoring and control of your home's comfort by calling 208-777-5528 and scheduling your $59 tune-up today. That's 208-777-5528.
Oh, no.
Leaks can be scary. But with Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal, fixing them doesn't have to be. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
First you hear it, then you feel it. That's the crunchy, melt-in-your-mouth feeling of Ritz Toasted Chips.
Welcome back. It is now 6:42. As the school year winds down, the workload for kids and teens tends to skyrocket between finals, end of the semester projects, and performances. Because of this, experts warn parents to look out for the signs of academic anxiety. Signs can include procrastination in the morning, talking back to teachers, or not completing assignments on time.
They're not able to go to school. They can't sleep. They're no longer engaging in activities they used to enjoy. They're withdrawing from their friends. They're not talking. They're tearful. These are signs you really want to pay attention to. And we don't want to wait until it's bubbled up to a point of crisis.
If you notice these signs in your kids, Jody Baumstein of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says you can start by opening a dialogue with your child, listening to what they're saying, and validate what they're going through. If your child continues to struggle, reach out to a professional for help.
10-second takeaway in your forecast. A few areas pop up into the 70s today, and if you don't today, you'll be there tomorrow, and that warm weather continues on through the weekend.
If you have a visit to Chief Gary Park in your future, look towards the center ball field for some new lilac trees that were recently planted. Spokane Urban Forestry and said these trees will provide some shade for spectators while, of course, enhancing the park's beauty with the beautiful blooms. These newly planted trees are all part of a larger project that will add around 15 lilac trees and 40 lilac shrubs throughout Spokane parks. Urban Forestry said this project is made possible thanks to the Spokane Indians' 50th anniversary fundraising efforts. It'll smell really, really, really good in that park, too.
Yeah, they're sharing the love for sure. It's now 6:43.
Another phase of road construction is kicking off in Post Falls today. We'll tell you where roads will be closed and for how long when Good Morning Northwest continues right after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Built for adventure and engineered for safety. Toyota trucks are some of the best trucks on the road today. And Findlay Downtown Toyota is stocked full with a great selection, including the new TRD trucks loaded with options.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
One call, that's all, means we take care of everything after your car wreck.
From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, we're here to guide you from start to finish.
After my car accident, working with Craig Swap and Associates made the whole process so easy. They communicated with me and let me know what the next step was every step of the way.
Call Craig Swap and Associates today. Let us make your recovery simple. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999. A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
My feet hurt so bad in the morning, I couldn't even put my feet on the floor. So I built all this together to engineer a solution to my pain. Finally, I went to Good Feet, and they gave me this.
Good Feet Arch Supports, engineered for pain relief, personally fitted for you.
4 News Now is brought to you by George Geek Kia, Spokane.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:46. In North Idaho news this morning, construction crews in Post Falls are tearing up Spokane Street to replace the asphalt and repair stormwater systems.
It's a bit of a mess right now. This is the continuation of a project that began last year. Check this out. The area marked in green is already done. The stretch in red is where the latest phase of construction is underway between 4th Avenue and Celtice Way. While the project isn't expected to last long, it is still testing the patience of drivers and businesses. Owners like Andrew Bloomer of Republic Kitchen and Tap House say the dust and noise is annoying now, but long term, he's hopeful it leads to more customers.
But ultimately, in the restaurant industry, you're always looking for more business. New construction means more people. So on the business side of things, it can only be good in the long run.
The eastbound on-ramp and westbound off-ramp to I-90 will be closed today while crews work. The city is optimistic this project will wrap up May 9th.
Yeah, driving down there yesterday, it's a little bit of a mess, but it'll be great once it's done.
Yeah, I drove through there too, and it was like, holy cow, but that was like, there was also a crash, and then, you know.
Yeah.
Well, the next exit up has construction too, like constantly.
Yeah.
So
it's something.
That's messy.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
But we just saw a beautiful shot of the river looking gorgeous today.
Absolutely.
Hey, and the river's going to be going up here too over the next week. We'll talk more about that in just a second. But it's, hey, you know what? It's really nice that the sun has been up for basically an hour at this point. We're at 40 degrees right now in Spokane. Wishing you all a very good morning. Let's jump ahead to the weekend, because all this week we've been telling you about how it's been looking like we're headed towards a drying trend for our weekend forecast. And the setup continues what we've seen for the past couple of days. This system coming in for the weekend well to our south, but it'll be just close enough on Sunday to where we could see a few sprinkles in the afternoon, especially in north central Idaho. So something to keep in mind, but the vast majority of your weekend, you don't got to worry about wet weather. And because of those changes in the track of that system, it also means we've got warmer temperatures for the weekend as well. If you haven't been with us for the last couple of days, it's definitely been a big change in the forecast. Thursday planner. upper 60s. A lot of us will be very close to 70 degrees. You may hit the 70s in some neighborhoods of Spokane and in the valley, but up in the higher benches, only upper 60s today. Beautiful sunshine. Should be another clear blue sky day. And with 70s for several days after that, you know, when we had that record warmth at the end of March, we saw the Spokane River peak almost to well above kind of what the average usually is for May. Well, guess what? We are going to see things head back up that direction here now with this long stretch of warm weather. And it could be multiple stretches of warm weather based on some of the latest outlooks from the U.S. Climate Prediction Center. I'll show you that in a second, but here are your highs today. 70s in the basin, upper 60s in many areas across eastern Washington and North Idaho. Pretty much everybody is in the 70s for tomorrow, and you even get close to 80 degrees in parts of the LC Valley. So we're really warming up. And then as we head into early May, it looks like we have a strong chance for above average temperatures as well across the inland Northwest. So it looks like we are starting off with May to be a toasty one, and that'll keep our rain chances low, our temperatures higher, and things are looking good heading into the middle of next week.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Rodeo at the Spokane Arena, May 16th and 17th.
It's the once-a-year spring tune-up event this week at the Cal Superstores in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
Hi, I'm George, and I'm offering great deals on over 300 of the best rigs in the region.
And this weekend, when you purchase a vehicle from Cal, you can get up to $600 in free upgrades, like light bars, custom grills, or tires and rims to customize your ride, making it the perfect time to visit Cal.
Like the deals and love your wheels.
It's Mistaqua Casino Hotel's 31st anniversary. We're celebrating by giving you the chance to win over $62,000 in cash and prizes, including adventures on a pontoon, on a flight to your favorite getaway, or your choice of a new car or cash. Play your favorite games now to earn entries at Mistaqua Casino Hotel. 31 years of jackpots, food, and fun. Learn more at Mistaqua.com.
This year, if you'd like to make your backyard fun and entertaining with a new swim spa or a relaxing new hot tub, then you need to visit Quality Spas of Spokane, the little store that sells the most hot tubs in the region. Featuring Cal Spas, one of the only hot tubs made in the USA that offers the highest quality of pumps and massage jets with stylish cabinet options at the best volume pricing in the market. Quality Spas of Spokane.
Life's just better in a spa.
For over 40 years, Parker Toyota has been dedicated to serving the people of North Idaho with top quality used vehicles that exceed industry standards.
That's because every used car undergoes a rigorous 160-point inspection. If it doesn't meet our standards, it doesn't belong on our lot.
Providing the highest quality used cars and trucks is just the beginning of our commitment to you as a customer.
Come see our huge selection of vehicles and receive our no-problem customer service at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley Cattle. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
Meteorologist Matt Gray is looking at our beautiful sunny day ahead and when we're going to hit 70 degrees.
Yeah, but first, let's go to Hannah Joy in studio following a deadly attack in Ukraine.
At least 9 people are dead and more than 80 others are hurt after Russian missiles and drones hit the capital of Ukraine early this morning. Now, the strike was huge. Russia launched nearly 70 missiles and 150 drones. When it happened, President Zelensky was out of the country, but now he's cutting his trip short and heading back. In response to the attack, President Trump says he is not happy, telling the president of Russia to stop the attacks, also adding that he wants a peace deal reached immediately. For updates on the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, tune in in to Good Morning America.
Today, President Trump will be meeting with Norway's Prime Minister at the White House. The meeting, which will also include Norway's finance minister, will cover the security policy situation, NATO, and the war in Ukraine, as well as trade and business topics. The Trump administration announced a 15% tariff on goods imported from Norway, but that's since been lowered to 10% for a 90-day period.
Well, if you don't hit 70 degrees today, you're going to be awful close. We're expecting at least upper 60s around the inland northwest. Let's take a look. Your hourly forecast. Yeah, we'll be up at close to 60 degrees as we head towards 11 a.m. And then as we push our way into the early afternoon, upper 60s. And for the most part, that's where we're going to hang out. Places like downtown Spokane and in the valley will have a chance to hit the low 70s.
We have an update to a breaking story out of Moses Lake this morning. A robbery, assault, kidnapping, and high-speed chase ended in a man's death yesterday. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says it all started around 4:30 in the morning yesterday. 2 women were arrested, but a male suspect sped off. He led the deputies on a high-speed chase, then crashed into a utility pole on Lakeshore Drive and died at the scene. The 2 women are in the Grant County Jail suspected of robbery and unlawful imprisonment. Washington State Patrol is investigating this crash.
Cheney police need your help finding the people who broke into a popular coffee stand. This is The Jar, a coffee stand on Betts Road. According to police, someone used rocks to shatter the window sometime between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. After the thieves smashed those windows, they stole a tip jar. CPD estimates the damage at more than $1,000 to that building. If you have any information about this crime, call Crime Check 509-456-2233.
The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is warning people of a new phone scam. Reports say scammers are impersonating law enforcement and trying to get you to give them your personal information or money over the phone. The Sheriff's Office says it will never contact you for payment over the phone. It also recommends that you never share your personal information. Verify who is actually calling you and report any suspicious calls to the FTC.
In Olympia, a House bill concerning gun laws is waiting for the governor's signature. If approved, the law would require gun buyers to apply for a 5-year permit from the State Patrol and complete live fire training before they're allowed to buy one. Supporters of the bill believe this could help save lives, saying if this had been put into law a decade ago, the state would have seen 250 fewer homicides. But critics believe it violates constitutional rights by allowing the government to determine who can own a firearm.
New on Good Morning Northwest, weekend hunger is a major problem for many kids in the Spokane area. When there's no school, often there's no food. This afternoon, more than 60 volunteers from Numerica Credit Union will help assemble food packages for kids. Those packages will go to schools tomorrow. Second Harvest is always looking for volunteers to help with the Bite to Go program or other opportunities. If you'd like to give a little time, check out this story. It's on KXLY.com. We have a link.
Teachers are cleaning up a Northeast Spokane park to help keep their students safe. Those who live around Kehoe Park and Hilliard say things like broken glass, syringes, and foil are often found throughout the park. The city says if you see things like that at your local park or around your neighborhood, don't call police. Instead, call 311. The city says if you do not call, no one will know about it and they can't help you. The more calls to 311 for such an incident, the higher priority it'll become.
In News for Your Health this morning, the Spokane County Medical Examiner recently held a presentation on overdoses and the use of fentanyl in the county. Dr. Veena Singh reported that overdose deaths are up 300% in the county since 2018, and there were 352 overdose-related deaths in 2024. City leaders are working on a solution. $40 million has been set aside to fight this crisis. One proposal for the money includes building a sobering center, expansion to the Crisis Stabilization Center. If approved, this 2-year project would have a completion date of the spring of 2027.
We'll be back with the final check of weather with Matt right after this.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. We'll always be there on 4 News Now.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. That is why our highly trained technicians handle every job with unmatched professionalism. From broken springs to noisy rollers, we'll get your door running smoothly, securely, and fast. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
style, or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
Shop DaveSmith.com.
Well, taking a look here at another beautiful start to our day. Around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene and across the Inland Northwest, another beautiful blue sky day. We'll see a few more clouds as we head into the weekend, but overall, dry and warm conditions of the warmest weather we've seen in about a month here in the Inland Northwest. As we get into Sunday, a chance for a couple of sprinkles, especially in North Idaho, but our only real chance of rainfall is going to be next Tuesday. Looking pretty good until then.
Thanks so much for starting this gorgeous day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, we hope you have a great rest of your day. Maybe you can stick around throughout GMA to see more live local updates. We'll see you then.